you have this coin, don't spend it, don't trade it, don't even blink, because what looks like a simple penny could be worth more than gold. It's a coin so rare, so valuable, that collectors would pay anything to get their hands on it. And guess what? It might be sitting in your pocket right now. You're watching X-Coins Hub, where small coins reveal big fortunes.
If you have this coin, you might just be one of the richest people in the world, and you don't even know it yet. Welcome back to X-Coins Hub, the place where ordinary pocket change can turn into extraordinary fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1995 DUSA quarter dollar, a coin that has stunned collectors and treasure hunters alike. Some of these coins, hidden away in drawers or sitting quietly in old jars, are now worth an incredible amount, but only a few special ones carry the secret that makes them worth over $108,000. It all began in 1995, a time when the U.S. Mint in Denver was operating at full speed, striking millions of quarters for circulation. Most of these coins were just regular pocket change used for parking meters, vending machines, and grocery stores. But a tiny fraction of them, less than 1 in a million, turned out to be something extraordinary. These coins looked ordinary at first glance, but their story hides deep within the details. The kind of details only the most observant eyes can catch. The 1995 D quarter features the familiar profile of *** George Washington ***. Facing left, his stoic expression symbolizing leadership and resilience. The mint mark, D, beneath the motto, "In God We Trust," identifies the Denver Mint as its birthplace. On the reverse side, the American eagle spreads its wings, perched proudly on a bundle of arrows encircled by olive branches, the timeless symbol of strength and peace. It's a design we've seen thousands of times. But in certain rare 1995 D coins, subtle minting anomalies turn these common quarters into numismatic treasures. To understand what makes some 1995 D quarters so valuable, we need to look at how they were made. In 1995, coin dies, the metal stamps used to strike the designs, were nearing the end of their life cycles. After striking hundreds of thousands of coins, the dies began to wear out, creating small but significant imperfections. These imperfections led to errors, and in the world of coin collecting, errors are gold. Some of these coins exhibit double die obverse errors, where the inscriptions like "Liberty" or "In God We Trust" appear slightly doubled. Others show misaligned strikes, off-center impressions, or even partial color errors that give the coin a unique and irregular rim. Collectors know that these variations, while accidental, turn ordinary coins into one-of-a-kind collectibles. And because the Denver Mint's production runs were massive, finding such an error coin among millions is like finding a needle in a haystack. Yet, when you do, the payoff can be life-changing. What's even more fascinating is the role of condition. Not all 1995 D quarters are equal. A coin's grade, or state of preservation, determines its true worth. A heavily circulated coin might fetch a few cents more than face value, but one that has remained untouched, preserved in brilliant uncirculated or mint state condition, can command thousands. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC use a 70-point scale to determine quality, and anything above MS65, mint state, is considered investment grade. Some of the finest examples of the 1995 D quarter have surfaced in MS68 or higher. Their surfaces gleaming, their details razor sharp, untouched by time or human hands. Now imagine this: you open an old box, or maybe a forgotten drawer in your parents' home. Inside, you find a few coins from the 90s, among them a 1995 D quarter. You think nothing of it. It's just a quarter, right? But when you hold it to the light, something catches your eye. The lettering looks slightly off, the details sharper, the luster unusually bright. What you might be holding is not just 25 cents. It could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. The story of valuable 1995 D quarters isn't just about minting errors or grading perfection. It's about the thrill of discovery. Every collector dreams of finding that one overlooked gem, that coin others passed over without a second thought. These coins are reminders that even the smallest details can hide immense value. Sometimes it's the faint doubling of letters, a slight shift in alignment, or an untouched, mirror-like finish that separates a common coin from a rare masterpiece. The U.S. Mint never intended these coins to become collector legends. Yet decades later, they've become symbols of luck and patience, the reward for those who take a closer look. Many of these rare quarters were found in circulation, meaning they passed through countless hands before someone noticed their value. That's what makes this story so inspiring. Your next handful of change could be hiding something extraordinary. For collectors, the 1995 D quarter also represents an era of transition. Just a few years later, in 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the 50-state quarters program, changing the look of American coinage forever. The 1995 D quarter was one of the last of the classic eagle-back design, the end of an era before the new generation of quarters began. That makes it even more special to those who value history and craftsmanship. Over the years, these coins have become hot topics in collector circles. Experts have meticulously documented the tiniest variations, noting the specific dies and batches responsible for the rarest examples. Some 1995 D quarters have even been found with unusual toning, a natural chemical reaction that gives the surface a beautiful, rainbow-like sheen, further boosting their desirability and value. And here's where it gets truly unbelievable. The rarest 1995 D quarter ever discovered, a perfectly struck specimen with flawless surfaces and a dramatic doubling visible to the naked eye, has been valued at an astonishing $108,000. That's right, one single quarter. Worth more than a luxury car, more than a year's salary, more than anyone could ever imagine for a 25-cent coin. So, the next time you pick up a quarter, don't dismiss it as just spare change. Take a closer look. Check for the D mint mark. Look for doubled letters, sharp edges, and signs of mint brilliance. You never know, the key to your fortune might be sitting right there in your hand, waiting to be noticed. And that's the magic of coin collecting, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, finding history and hidden wealth in the smallest of objects. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep your eyes open, because one day, your 1995 D quarter might just make you the next great discovery story in the world of numismatics. If you enjoyed uncovering this hidden treasure story, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow collectors. You never know who might have one of these coins tucked away in their home. Until next time, keep hunting, keep dreaming, and remember, in the world of coins, even the smallest details can change your life. And as for that lucky 1995 D quarter, its current estimated value stands at an unbelievable $108,000. If you have this coin, you might just be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Welcome back to Xcoins Hub, the place where hidden treasures are found in the most unexpected places, right inside your pocket change. Today, we're uncovering the incredible story behind the 1970 U.S. quarter dollar, a coin that looks perfectly ordinary. Yet a few rare versions of it have left collectors stunned and reaching deep into their wallets. Some of these coins, depending on tiny details almost invisible to the naked eye, have been valued as high as $108,000, yes, for a single quarter worth just 25 cents on its face. The year 1970 was an interesting time for American coinage. The Vietnam War was ongoing, the U.S. economy was shifting, and the mint was working at full capacity, producing coins for a growing nation. Millions of quarters rolled off the presses at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, each bearing the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse, strong, steady, and instantly recognizable. The reverse carried the familiar design of the bald eagle. Wings outstretched, perched upon a bundle of arrows and olive branches, representing both defense and peace. To the casual observer, all 1970 quarters look alike. But in the world of numismatics, the tiniest details separate a common coin from a life-changing discovery. A small number of 1970 quarters were struck in ways never intended by the mint, and it's these rare anomalies that have become legends. Among the most sought after is the ***197OS. Proof quarter struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter ***. An astonishing minting error that defies logic and remains one of the most fascinating mistakes in U.S. mint history. Here's what happened. During the minting process, a leftover silver Canadian quarter from 1941 somehow ended up in the machine at the San Francisco Mint, where it was struck with the design of the 1970s Washington quarter. The result was a one-of-a-kind coin showing remnants of both designs. Traces of the Canadian coin beneath the U.S. design. Only a few of these incredible error coins are known to exist. And when collectors realized what they were, the prices skyrocketed, but that's not all. Even among regular 1970 quarters, subtle variations and die errors have made some of them highly valuable. Certain coins display double die errors, where inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust appear faintly doubled. Others were struck slightly off-center, giving the coin an unusual shape that immediately catches a collector's eye. There are even coins with minting defects around the edges or the eagle's feathers, small imperfections that make each one unique, and then there's the matter of mint marks. Quarters minted in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, while those struck in Denver bear the letter D, and proof coins from San Francisco carry an S. Among these, the 1970s proof coins have drawn the most attention, especially those struck in error or preserved in flawless condition. Proof coins are special. They're made with extra care, using polished dies and blanks to achieve a mirror-like finish. While millions of regular quarters were meant for circulation, proof coins were made primarily for collectors, and when an error or anomaly appears in a proof coin, its value explodes. Collectors prize not only rarity, but condition. Coins graded PR69 or PR70, proof state, can be worth thousands, simply because of their perfect finish and lack of wear. Even non-proof 1970 quarters, if preserved in brilliant mint state condition, can attract serious bids from collectors, searching for flawless examples. What's amazing is how easily such a valuable coin can go unnoticed. Imagine cleaning out an old coin jar, sorting through quarters to use for packing or laundry, and spotting one from 1970. It looks normal enough, same silver color, same Washington profile, but under magnification you notice a strange doubling on the letters, or the S mint mark seems slightly out of place. That's the moment your heart skips a beat, because that ordinary-looking coin could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. These rare 1970 quarters are more than just metal, they're pieces of history, each carrying a story of human error, precision, and pure luck. Some collectors spend decades searching for them, while others stumble upon one completely by chance. That's the beauty of coin collecting, the idea that a small piece of change can connect you to the past and potentially change your future. Another fascinating aspect of the 1970 quarter is its place in the transition of coin composition. By that time, silver had been almost entirely phased out from circulating U.S. coins. While earlier quarters were made of 90% silver, the 1970 quarter was a copper-nickel-clad coin. However, the rare error quarter struck on the 1941 Canadian silver planchet gives collectors a glimpse into that lost silver era, making it a treasure that bridges two different worlds of coinage. Decades after it was minted, the 1970 quarter continues to capture attention, spark discussions, and fuel the imaginations of collectors around the world. It's not just about money, it's about the hunt, the thrill of discovery, and the idea that something as small as a coin can hold immense power and history. So, the next time you're handed a quarter as change, take a moment to really look at it. Check the date, inspect the mint mark, and look closely for any doubling or strange markings. You never know what you might be holding. It could be a regular coin, or it could be the rarest 1970 quarter that turns you into one of the luckiest people alive. In the end, stories like these remind us that true treasure often hides in plain sight. Keep your eyes open, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a simple coin, because it might just carry the secret to an unexpected fortune. And as for that rarest of all 1970 quarters, the one struck on a 1941 Canadian silver planchet, Preserved in perfect proof condition, its estimated value today stands at a jaw-dropping $108,000 . If you have this coin, you might just be one of the luckiest people in the world, and you probably don't even realize it yet. Welcome back to Xcoins Hub, the place where small pocket change turns into stories of hidden fortune. Today, we're exploring the incredible tale of the **1986 U.S. quarter dollar **, a coin that most people have handled countless times, but only a few special versions of it are worth tens of thousands of dollars, with one rare specimen valued as high as $108,000. At first glance, the 1986 quarter looks just like any other Washington quarter you might have in your wallet or change jar. It features the timeless portrait of George Washington on the obverse, his profile facing left, the word Liberty arched above his head, and the national motto, "In God We Trust," stamped boldly beside him. Below, the year 1986, simple, familiar, unassuming. On the reverse, the American eagle spreads its wings proudly, grasping arrows and olive branches, framed by the words United States of America and *** e pluribus unum. ***, it's a design that has been part of American life for decades, symbolizing strength, freedom, and peace. But as any experienced collector will tell you, the most ordinary-looking coins sometimes hide the most extraordinary stories. The 1986 quarter was struck at 3 locations: ***, Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, ***. The majority of them were regular circulation coins, made from copper-nickel-clad metal, durable, everyday currency. Yet among these millions, a handful of coins emerged that would later shock collectors with their unique flaws, unusual features, and minting mysteries. The most talked about 1986 quarters are those with rare minting errors, and these are what make this year's issue so fascinating. One of the most valuable types is the double die error, where elements of the design appear slightly doubled, especially visible in the letters of Liberty, In God We Trust, or the numbers of the date. These doubling effects weren't intentional. They occurred when a coin die was struck more than once in slightly different positions during preparation. To the trained eye, this doubling gives the coin a subtle but distinct three-dimensional shimmer that collectors instantly recognize as a potential jackpot. Another prized anomaly is the off-center strike. Imagine a coin where the design is not properly aligned. Maybe Washington's face is pushed too far to one side, or part of the eagle's wings is missing from the rim. These coins are dramatic, visually striking, and incredibly rare. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, the value can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars. And in one extraordinary case, a 1986 D quarter with a severe off-center error and flawless condition reached an estimated value near 6 figures. But there's more. A few 1986 quarters were discovered struck on the wrong planchet, that is, on a metal blank intended for a different denomination. Some were made on nickel planchets, intended for 5-cent coins, resulting in smaller, lighter coins with missing edges. Others were struck on foreign coin blanks, creating strange color tones and weight differences. These errors are so unusual that each one becomes a one-of-a-kind piece, commanding enormous collector interest. Then there's the proof version, the 1986 S quarter. Proof coins are made with special polished dies and planchets, struck multiple times to achieve that deep mirror-like shine and sharp detail. These coins weren't meant for circulation. They were crafted for collectors. But when a proof coin somehow escapes into circulation, or if one displays a striking flaw, like a double die or planchet error, its value can skyrocket. Even in perfect condition, standard 1986 S-proof quarters can sell for impressive amounts. But the rare flawed ones are truly the crown jewels of the series. Condition, as always, plays a massive role in determining value. Most 1986 quarters found in everyday change are worn from decades of use, their surfaces dulled, their details faint. But coins graded MS-67 or higher, meaning they've remained untouched since minting, with perfect luster and no scratches, are extremely rare. The higher the grade, the rarer the coin, and the higher its price climbs. Collectors go wild for a flawless strike with deep, original shine, the kind of coin that looks like it just left the mint yesterday. Imagine this, you're sorting through an old jar of coins. Maybe they've been sitting there since your childhood. You pick up a 1986 quarter, about to drop it back into circulation, but something about it catches your eye. The letters seem doubled, the rim looks unusual, or maybe it's just so bright it doesn't look like the others. You hold it up to the light and realize this could be no ordinary coin. That's the thrill of numismatics, the idea that a tiny detail, invisible to most people, could be worth more than gold. The 1986 quarter holds a special place in history, too. It was minted during Ronald Reagan's presidency, a time when America's economy was booming and the nation was celebrating a renewed sense of optimism. Quarters from this period are like little time capsules, silent witnesses to an era of change, growth, and national pride. That historical connection makes them even more appealing to serious collectors. Even decades later, stories continue to surface of lucky people who found a valuable 1986 quarter by pure chance. Some discovered theirs in pocket change, others in inherited coin collections. And every story carries the same message: never underestimate the coins in your hands. The smallest details, a faint doubling, a unique shine, a misplaced strike, can transform an ordinary 25-cent piece into a life-changing discovery. So before you spend that old quarter sitting in your wallet, take a closer look. Check the mint mark. Look for doubling in the words or numbers. Examine the rim for odd shapes or missing designs. You might be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. That's the magic of coin collecting, the thrill of discovery, the connection to history, and the possibility that a simple coin could be worth a fortune. These stories remind us that true treasure doesn't always come in gold or jewels. Sometimes it's hiding in plain sight right there in your spare change. And as for the rarest of all, the 1986 quarter struck with a dramatic minting error. Preserved in flawless mint state condition, its estimated value today stands at a breathtaking $108,000.